Hi, Guido Fox hier. Welkom bij een nieuw book report. And today I want to talk with you guys about Sufism, the essential Sufism, from James Fadiman and Robert Frager. It's a book about spirituality within uh, the Islam. And some people know something about the Islam. I am not, but I know that there is a part within Islam who is focused on inner revolution, inner revelation, and gnosis, and inner happiness. And there are a lot of guys, sheikhs also, who I want to quote with you and share with you. But you see also within Islam there is a lot of different ideologies, and one of them is Sufism. And in this video, I want to tell you the core about Sufism, what it is and what it can mean for you, what you can learn from it for your life. And one thing I want to share with you all, and that is that Sufism, the most core essence here is raising up your consciousness level. All religions are the same. All the religions want to have one goal for you, and that is raising up consciousness levels. What you see is that a lot of religions are not aware of that anymore and don't know what they're doing. And you see the mystical forms, the Sohar in Judaism, and you see nowadays more spirituality schools, consciousness schools, and they have the knowledge to raise up your consciousness. So the core essence of Christianity, of Judaism, of Islam, or Buddhism, or Hinduism with Krishna, all religions has the same goal, and that is transfer your consciousness higher and higher, and also your happiness, because your inner happiness is correlated with your consciousness. So this is the more general overall view of the Sufism within the total of religions they are. So Sufism is the mystical form within the Islam. The goal is here direct God realization. That is very interesting, and that is also not used. I say it very in a polite way, not used by the normal forms of religions. There is always the case. You have to work hard, you have to be brave in this world, and then you go to heaven. You go to heaven when you are a good guy or a good girl. I'm sorry, I talk mostly to guys, but I'm also talking to women, of course. If you behave yourself, if you're doing what society wants from you, then you reach heaven. So heaven is after you're dead. And this is a crucial element in the mystical forms within Islam or in Judaism or in Christianity, is that you can reach heaven now. We don't have to wait. We don't have to be a brave guy who follows all the society conditions. We have to find God within us, in ourselves, because then we are brave. Then we are ecstatic laden. And then you're meaningful in this world. So what the other religions are saying is that we have to wait and to be brave, and we are so scared to not reach heaven after our death that we live in scareness, in anxiety. And Sufism say no, we don't have to wait after our death. We can reach God realization, God consciousness, the direct divine experience now. Sufism is for the impatient ones, is for the ones who wants to have God on earth. Those who cannot wait until death, they wanna have heaven on earth. So that is very important to understand the mechanism after that and now. And I think you can be very, very much more meaningful if you reach God consciousness in this life now and share meditation and share prayer and share love and share compassion around you, than that you live in scareness, in anxiety. Oh no, maybe I come in hell. Maybe I cannot reach that 40 virgins who are waiting for me after my death. Then is your life, your beautiful life, what you get from God or Allah or higher spirit, is based on anxiety and scareness. So drop that idea. I mean, you can follow me or you can listen to me. But I should say, you have to live now. You can reach God consciousness now. And I don't that you wanna live in fear in this life, in all kind of ways, or in anxiety that you maybe become in hell later. So that is a very important standpoint from Sufism is that Allah can be now in your life. Paradise can be now in this life. The love of God or Allah are in your body, are ecstatic in your body appearance. Ecstatic means stand out of your body and reach godliness. That's also what Jamie was saying, a famous Islam Sufism guy on page 74. Direct, divine, without delay. On page 74. Go directly to the source without delay. And that is a very interesting sentence, right? Without delay. He's saying that the general visions, this Jamie, that the general visions of all the religion on earth, without the mystical ones, are wrong, because they believe in delay. They believe in after death. And if you believe in after death, that enlightenment, that you reach enlightenment after death, then you don't reach enlightenment in this life now. Because your belief system is not there. Your belief system is in the future. You're hoping, you're waiting, you have delay. Very interesting, right? So, your mental condition, your mental status has to be focused on the now, on the here and now. They call the Sufis within Islam also Gnostic Sufis. And Gnosis is also a Christianity kind of department. So Gnostic Sufis, and Gnosis is Marifa. Excuse me if I say it not correct, but Marifa means in Islam superior wisdom. And that's also what the famous spiritual teacher, Sufist guy Rumi was saying. So finding Gnosis, finding godliness, finding ecstaticness in your body, then you reach superior wisdom, the highest form of wisdom. There is no other higher form than wisdom, than Gnosis. Because Gnosis is beyond mind. You're out of mind conditioning. So pure wisdom is beyond mind, beyond mind rationality. Superior wisdom is finding godliness within, and reach on page 30 an ongoing state of attunement with God. And the word attunement is very, very interesting here. Attunement. You have to tune in. That's like a radio channel, right? You have to tune in. You have to tune in on the right calibration, vibration level. So that is how you can find Gnosis. Is a lot of effort, a lot of discipline, but it is all about attunement. Attunement. Concentrate, disciplinate, and attune. Attunement on the line, the inner line of yourself. Sufi, on page 2, I go from the middle end book now to the beginning of the book, because that is more my approach to have a wonderful building up line in my story. Sufi means pure and whole. Pure. Pure means without society conditions. Totally pure. Without any social mask. And that's also what Jesus was saying. Jesus was also very important prophet in Islam and also in Sufism. And he was saying we all wear kind of mask, social mask in different situations. So we are different constantly, and then we are not pure. We are not ourselves. We are constantly another person because we are so fear. We are so fear to fall out the boat, to fall out the group dynamics, to lose your friends, to miss out by colleagues. So we act so conform. But your conformity is fake. So we have to become more pure, more ourselves, more attuned with God, with Allah, more attuned. Then we become more pure. Otherwise, we are not ourselves. We are someone else. We are playing a role. Pure and whole. And whole is that you means that you are healed. You are healed from your past, from your traumas, from your negative experiences in life. You become whole, you become renewed, you become healed. So Sufism means the pure one who is healed, who is really healed and recovered. And then he can share. Only the one who are pure, pure and vulnerable, pure, vulnerable and whole, they can share. Dervish Soul means going to the door on page 3 and 24. Sufis means also the one who goes through the door to another world, to a higher reality, to a higher form of consciousness. Sufism means also, next to pure and whole, is the one who goes to the door, to the small mustard seed. You have to find your mustard seed, right? Transferring the dervish soul into gold. So if you find your mustard seed, you can transferring your soul into gold. And then you can create, then you can be creative in your life, and then you can share really compassion to others. Otherwise, your giving will be based on ego mechanisms. Your giving, your helping, your supporting will be based on ego. And that's dangerous. Unless you reach godliness, You reach higher stages of consciousness, of ecstaticness in your body chakras. You're giving, you're sharing will be based to have some attention from others, and it's can't give from pure and whole compassion. So reach your ongoing stage of attunement. And therefore, in Islam, and also the Sufis took that over, is the 5 times prayer to recognize Allah in yourself, to find godliness, to meditate. The Ramadan, those are implemented in our life for structure, to know that there is a higher spirit and higher power where you can be attuned to it. The Ramadan, the hungry feelings, is nothing more through conflicting lower and higher natures. Be more aware. We are skipping our food, water, sex, and we can focus more on the higher levels of consciousness through conflicted inner forces, higher and lower forces within your body. You want to have a friction, a kind of inner jihad. Then with that friction, you can create energy to turn that on into higher spiritual levels. Constant awareness of God, Shan, cleansing the heart, polishing the heart. And then, if you are constantly aware of godliness, you are truly divorced, and that is very important. You are truly divorced from all the concerns of the world. You're not anymore attached, and you're not reactive on what is happening in the world. And that's also interesting. Non-reactive and non-attachment to worldly events. Sufism people are living in the world but out of the world. They're in the world but they're actually out of the world. Because we are worldly programmed with all the wars, the pandemic situation, all those daily bullshit talks on television, all those squirrels, all those dramas, all those soaps, all those movies, fighting movies, dramas, the news. That means that you're worldly conditioned with drama. So I try in my life also now to follow not everyone anymore on Instagram or watch the news every time. I don't have television, by the way. I'm very happy with that. But that's what you see. You see that we are dramatic conditioned with nonsense. And that is the same low natures, what is a kind of addiction, and it is also holding ourselves back from 5 times prayer or meditation to reach the ultimate happiness. To reach ultimate happiness is to cleanse not only your heart, but also empty your mind. Emptying your mind. Otherwise, we are engaged, entangled, conditioned. We're entangled by society dramas. And that's also what Osho was saying there, right? If you see the history of mankind, it's ups and downs, wars and peace. Peace is the preparation for war. It's not all dramatic. How more you meditate, how more you be aware, how more you can enjoy the simple daily work, the simple daily practices you will enjoy. And you will be less attached, and you have a non-reactive response to worldly events. I want to share with you on page 122 Sheikh Mustafa. He lived in Istanbul and he was a Sufi master, and he wrote something interesting down. Love causes ecstasy. Love causes ecstasy. Ecstasy, the state in which love and longing overwhelm the soul. ecstaticness is longing, is permanent. That has to be the goal. Permanently ecstaticness overwhelm the soul, gives the taste to the jikir. Excuse me if I say it wrong. Taste to the jikir, the remembrance of the worshipper, Shaykh Muzaffar. It's all about the attunement of godliness, but also the constant awareness of the lights of souls in yourself. The 7 heavens in yourself. Constant be aware of the lights in yourself. That's the core essence of Sufism. Thank you for watching this video and take care for today. Hi.